Yo, yo, yo. It's Thursday night, 2 in a row. What do you know? I'm your boy, High Five Vega, joined as always by Dean, the guy with the Gladen shirt.
I mean,
Hey, I didn't
yeah.
even realize we're matching it
I
today.
was gonna say, as soon as you came on, I go, I should go change. I mean, mine is wet, but I mean,
Yeah,
I should go change. Yo,
mine
yo,
probably
yo.
will too because I got a cup that's the kind that sweats.
Oh, jeez.
So it's gonna
Man, God bless. You can drink that much soda.
yeah.
Like, I don't know how people do that. Like, if I was to drink that,
Yeah,
my God, I would be spinning like a top.
really.
Oh my God, that much sugar? Oh my God,
Yeah. Well,
it would
it's
just
zero. It's zero. Pepsi Zero. But
okay. Even still,
yeah, whatever aspartame or whatever is in it.
yes,
Yeah.
it would be freaking insanity.
Yeah.
But hey, that's all right.
There you go.
Oh, look, it has our names on there. There you go.
Oh, they're back. Oh,
Fun. Any thoughts on the new Recoil SUV? I'm guessing
I have no clue what it is.
um
Sub, maybe you put sub, or you just auto corrected,
yeah.
auto incorrected.
Yeah. Um I mean, I know Ron Trout is it's okay. So
Yeah,
Ron Trout is the guy running all of that right now.
yeah,
The former national sales manager for JVC. He retired from JVC, and then Larry, the guy that owns Cicada and Recoil, hired him to come in and fix the Recoil line. So Ron Trout also will tell you that he started RTTI at Rockford Fosgate. He's one of the alumni from that company. He's a really nice guy.
yeah.
He refers to himself as Mr. Nine Finger because he's like, I think he's missing like that. But hey, it's his job. It'll be neat. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
See pictures. It looks cool. It's I'm not really a bass head, so much
Yeah.
of their products really don't speak to me. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean they can't. That doesn't mean they can't change it around. And
Yeah.
it looks like they're going towards the bass head crowd, which is good.
I mean, I
for
think
them.
that's where Recoil was in the first place. So
Right. Yeah.
I think that
So,
kind of. But no, I'm game. They have some. They're working on some installation accessories that look pretty cool. And yeah, I mean,
yeah.
hey,
I mean, their meter was kind of cool. So
yeah,
they got some. They got some for the money. They got pretty decent stuff. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've literally I have the meter. It's still sitting in the box. I haven't even opened it
yeah.
yet.
I didn't have the meter. I bought some accessories to mess around with, and they were
Yeah.
fun.
Good evening, Ken. Dean, have you ever had a power or ground terminal come unsoldered from the board in an amp? Oh, no,
It must have been running a little hot.
yeah, I've never had that. I've had like the CCA days when that was all new and exciting, and nobody was really hip to the game on that. Where it would start to deteriorate and get loose, and then when it get loose, it get hot, and it would melt the terminal input, which we have a Scar RP 2500 or 1500 there at the shop that's on the wall that has that done to it because somebody brought it in to exchange it or warranty it. I don't remember. Either way, I asked Kevin if I could keep it from Scar, and he goes, "Yeah, go ahead." And I was like, as a demonstration of what not to do and why not to run CCA. But I've never had that happen. I've had older amps where
I've had
shit's
it
falling
happen
apart.
on an Xbox 360 and a PS3. Both of them. The graphics card desoldered itself.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I don't run a lot of the Rockford 2500s. So,
well, they're smaller now. They used to be. I finally got rid of the giant 1504.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know. I trust me when you posted, I was like, no, let it go.
It's an awesome amp, but man, I would never run it. It's just cool to collect, but I literally had nowhere to put it. I mean,
no, in there again, it would just end up on the wall.
Yeah.
And I don't want another, like, the
Yeah.
thought of buying something to hang on the wall just hurts me so much.
And I don't even have a wall in here that would fit on anymore.
No. Well, it's like, so, you know, we have the giant arc purple that's tenure on the wall behind us is almost up. That's going to go over to the wall where the warhorse is. So it'll basically be like the beast, the warhorse, and then the giant arc audio amp. And that's I'm good, you know. I mean, I love the stuff to pieces, but I also, it becomes it's like, man, I don't want to be the keeper of all things big and old,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Now, if someone had the Crown JBL amplifier like Derek has, and they're like, hey, I'd be like, okay, let's talk.
Listen, I finally got that dude talked into selling some stuff, so he might be in the mood.
Yeah, but I know what he's gonna want for it, and I don't want to pay that.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay that shit.
One more.
Our terminal is loose, and oh, that is very frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, everybody's making a ripoff of the LC2i. I mean, let's be honest. The LC2i is probably one of the most successful high level to low level adapters of all time. In every iteration of it. I mean, you got the LC2i Pro now, which is a totally different version of, and it was funny because when they came out with the Pro, they were like, no, we're going to keep the LC2i. And I go, why? And they were like, because the Pro costs more. And I go, okay. Like, we got to hit these price points. And I was like, they don't do that anymore. I'm pretty sure Amp just said, no, we're going to have one. Because there's mine, the LC1i is the smaller version of it.
Well, and I always think when it comes to something like this, like the MVX makes a version as well, but the LC2i is a pretty inexpensive piece.
Yeah.
I would just pay the $20 or $30 extra and get that. But honestly, I would just get the kicker key lock over any of them in that range. But
yeah, I mean, especially if you need, I mean, yes.
Well,
yeah, especially if you're looking to fix something. The key lock is pretty, you know. I mean, today we had I had to let my Pro White paint antique a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, hey, I wish I still had every car that I've ever owned, you know, because the KW606 is the Kenwood DSP amplifier that they made.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming. Yeah. Picker for them. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, I actually had to use an LC1i today because I needed a line driver. So I needed a line driver, and I needed something that could. I needed believe it or not, it's going to sound weird. I needed something to clean up a remote turn on. So, it cleaned the LC1i's line driver, and its onboard relay cleaned everything up for me. So I was like, oh, thank God. So,
I mean, hey, solution.
No, and it was great too. You know, plus it has the 3 different grounding for signal, which came in very handy because we're working on an 86 Nissan 300 ZX, which is just not fun. The guy wants to keep his cassette player because apparently cassettes are cool again. I didn't know this.
Just like records got cool again. And
no, listen, cool. There's absolutely no reason cassettes should be cool again because guess what? They still sound like shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in there, and I'm like,
records still sound like shit.
Records still sound like crap. I mean, they're warm. That's what it is. Isn't that what they say? They're warm.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the appeal, but it's not. It's not.
I can say this about audio. When cassettes died and we went to CD, I was the first one to go to CD. Like I had CDs and like just had to get CDs.
I was the
bought
opposite.
A CD player with no CDs.
I was on the "you're not on my team, you suck" situation because I just spent $450 on a really nice Clarion auto tape ejector situation. And I was like, oh, dude. And plus, at that time, I'm like 18, 19, spent all my money. It's like, oh, I can't.
Dude, I went, got a loan, spent $1,000 on a 7909. That's how much it costs for a CD player with 2 preamp outputs and a bass and treble knob. It's $1,000, people. So when you're bitching about spending, $250 for something with a screen, I have
You know what's funny?
absolutely zero compassion for
You'd
that.
have a hard time finding a good working 7909 right now for $1,000.
Well, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so cassettes died, Columbia House. Yeah. Yep.
There you
Exactly,
go.
man. 4 cents.
I still want to see that money.
Next were one notch above FM, so they were cool. Exactly. So in there again, once cassettes died, it immediately switched to CDs and rocked CDs until even through the MP3 era. I was like, no, MP3 suck. I bought a Pioneer made a CD burner that was a 1-for-1. So it had like a 3 or 4 disc player and a 1 disc burner, so you could put 4 discs in. As long as the songs you wanted were on those 4 discs, you could burn them over because I wasn't using a computer. And it sounded fantastic. It was a 1-to-1 perfect copy, so you could only fit 12 or 15 songs on a disc. And that's how I was doing my mixtapes. And then it was like, yeah. And then as soon as, I bought an iPod Touch and Apple Music, or an iPod, and it was as soon as I got that, I was like, fuck CDs.
Yeah.
Screw this, man. And then I never looked back. I used to buy CDs just to burn them into the iPod. But now with high res audio, oh Jesus, man. Who cares?
Dude, once Spotify was already out for a little while, a couple of years, but once I switched to Spotify, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'll just pay the monthly fee and I'm good with this.
Yeah, it was $1,100. I mean, that was like DVD players. DVD players were like $600 or $700 when they came out. I mean, VCRs were $1,000.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I bought a VHS-C player, which is, or not VHS-C, Super VHS. Super VHS. Yeah. C was the camcorder. So Super VHS, JVC was all you'd buy because they were really the only ones that did that, because that was their format. And I want to say those things were like $500 or $600 back in the early 90s. But yeah, I don't care. It's like, VHS, and the audio was okay. I mean, it was 5.1 surround, so it was good.
What's like why the PlayStation 2 sold so much? Because it was a lot of people's first DVD player.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What does it say? See, is think of the reason people like LPs and compressed dynamic range. You can hear the noise floor and the subtleties. I don't understand it. I think what it really comes down to is, like with records and stuff like that, is nostalgia. I mean, we're suckers for nostalgia. I mean, we'll drive for miles to get food that we haven't had and whatever that reminds us when we were a kid, or oh my God, I haven't had that candy in for so long, or oh, let's go here and get donuts because we haven't had them. And so people love nostalgic things, and I think records are just that. And then when you look at the kids that buy them, the kids buy them because they just want to be different.
Yeah, they want to go back. Like Facebook was the coolest until the old people got on. Now they're they just keep switching or whatever. So
so
they go. C90 was now it skipped like hell, but it was a goated head unit as long as you just drove on smooth roads.
Yeah, so Sony was a huge manufacturer of CD transports back then. So a lot of manufacturers would use their transports. We sold Denon, the original Denon.
The good stuff, yeah.
No, because they use Sony transports. So
did they?
Oh yeah. So I
never had one. I lusted after them, but I didn't have it.
Justin, that's so
got
wrong.
him. Sweet tomatoes.
Sweet tomatoes. I mean, there again, yes, exactly. I mean, we drove 4 hours to go eat the fucking sweet tomatoes, man. Like, are you kidding me? Burr Browns. Yeah, Burr Browns. Dude, so Burr Brown is a funny one, like, because I feel like back in the day, Kenwood really, or Pioneer, whoever was talking, maybe it was Clarence, whatever brand was like Burr Brown. It made them something. It was a great marketing scheme to make something that was relatively nothing important and be like, dude, we have the Burr Brown. What does that mean? That's the best.
I think it was Sony ES and XES that was.
Well, I didn't sell those, but I don't know who. That's what I'm saying. One of the brands we carried had that, and people would get so cheesed up over that, so much to the point to where even now, like, there's manufacturers that will only put Burr Brown components in their car because they are in their stuff, even though if they're not as good as the other things that are available.
Yeah.
You know, so they'll
They
actually
need the name. Yeah.
they'll dumb their products down just to be like, we have Burr
Yeah.
Brown. I buy Pop Rock every
What's
once
up,
in a while
David?
because they take me back to my childhood. I mean,
I can't believe they still sell them. Can't believe they still
Yeah,
sell them.
yeah, yeah. Well, Mikey didn't die. It was all a lie. Yeah. But Pop Rocks were fun.
Yeah, Pop Rocks were cool.
Yeah.
Well, rolling.
I mean,
I don't know. Don't know. Might not.
I like facial tissue being Kleenex and acrylic being called plexiglass.
No.
So I used to work for Procter and Gamble, and so I would have to do the paper aisle, you know, and Procter and Gamble owns half the paper aisle, but we don't own Kleenex, we own Puffs.
Yeah.
And so it was facial tissue, and you learn to say facial tissue, because if at any point during the day you accidentally, and one of the bosses were around, referred to it as Kleenex, you'd be not doing so well, you know, because it was like, okay, yeah, nope, don't mess that one up. So yeah, there's a lot. It's funny. That was a good time. I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, there was some really funny shit. But yeah, plexiglass. That's funny.
I still call everything plexiglass.
Yeah, I mean, everything's plexiglass.
Everything is clear, anyways.
So,
I call it acrylic if it's colored.
So it's funny because I mean, like I refer to everything as acrylic now, just because it's laser talk is, you know, it's acrylic, it's acrylic, and so yeah, you never refer to anything as plexiglass. But it's funny because we always get the sizes wrong. It's just like wood when we say, you know, you got that 3/4 MDF. It's not 3/4 MDF. It's metric. Yeah. There's
it's
no
like what 30. What is it?
I don't know. It's funny like because
31 something. 31. Yeah.
And acrylic is measured the same way. It's like when you get 1/4 inch. It's not 1/4 inch. It's not even close to 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 6 millimeter.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I need 3 millimeter, or I need 1.5 millimeter. But because we're crescent wrench or vice grips.
Dynamite.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, I remember the first time I asked for a crescent wrench. The guy goes, "You want a what?" I said, "A crescent wrench." He goes, "It's not a crescent wrench." I said, "Yeah, the little thing." He goes, "That's called an adjustable wrench." He goes, "The manufacturer's crescent." I was young. I go, "Oh, okay. Well, can I have one of those?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, if you're British, they call it an adjustable spanner.
Yes, adjustable spanner for sure. Yeah. Yeah. And vice grips. I don't care what you say; they'll always be vice grips. Locking pliers just makes absolutely dick for sense. So vice grips will always be vice grips. And the funny thing is I only buy vice grip brand on those. So I might have some like Lowe's brand, a couple, because like I bought a set of shit and it just came with those things.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of the ones I buy are vice grips.
What's like channel locks?
Yeah.
Channel locks is
same thing.
Yeah.
And if you go back in time, I feel like these were the guys that like revolutionized this like a channel lock.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's like that was like their tool, you know. So
yeah, if you're going for an OG, like a legit old style channel locks, in my opinion, are the best. But
the nipbacks are like,
but they're not. They're the new version. Yeah,
it's like
they're better for sure. They're better, no doubt.
Oh yes, you have the old ones.
Yeah,
we have the nipbacks. Ours close perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yours are these weird things that tip. Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure they're called water pump pliers. I think that's what they are. I could be wrong, but yeah. It's some people say Knipex, some people say Knipex. I don't know.
I say Nipex, and I don't care.
Yeah, and then some people say Nipex. Yeah,
but you know, at the end of the day, I don't care whose name's on it. If it's the tool I need, I'm buying it.
Yeah, I will say their cable cutters pretty legit. Like they stay sharp for quite a while. I have some Nipex flush cutters that are just finally end of life. Yeah,
and they last a really long time. And I know someone will tell me they have a lifetime warranty, and I'll be like, it's cool, but I don't know what hoop I have to jump through to do that, but I guarantee it's not worth it.
No,
because it's like,
No, it's don't. I think I've only warranted a few tools like that, and it's been kind of big ticket items. Or I have like warranted Harbor Freight stuff just because I can drive and get it, and it's no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. See, even Harbor Freight, it's like,
Yeah,
but honestly, the Harbor Freight stuff never breaks.
yeah. It's getting as long as you stay away from a lot of the electronic stuff. Still,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
okay.
not buying that. I'm buying
Yeah, but
original.
hand tools. I mean, even
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh cheap stuff, it'll do the trick.
Yeah.
It'll last.
Well, they have that new stuff. What is it? Icon or whatever they have there?
Icons are kind of their snap on.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus, man.
I got the. Well, let's see. Let's get examples here. Brian's favorite. I have both pairs.
Oh yeah.
So I have the icons and I have the
Snap
on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're the same things, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
These actually, I like the grips on these better because they're a little thicker. But
I buy them by the dozen.
Yeah.
And
these are so expensive for Icon. These are $30.
Oh, I know. That's what I said. I just buy.
Yeah,
I just buy them like I'm buying by the dozen, like Amazon flush cutters. Buy a dozen
just a little bitty ones. Yeah.
Well, no, because all right. So we have a pair in each zip tie bag.
Yeah.
So there's a pair in each bag. There's a pair on the bench, and then they break, or you lose them, and you don't want to. And it's like, oh my! Like if I lose a $30 tool, man, I am pissed.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, God damn it. Like I misplaced my screwdriver the other day. I have a really nice screwdriver. I really like, I grow attachments to my screwdrivers or to my tools. I mean, because it's just like certain tools go in certain places and I really like that tool. I don't know why. And then when it gets misplaced by myself, and I don't remember what I did with it, I misplaced my screwdriver the other day. And I was like, God damn it. I thought I left it in Fernando's car because we shot the video on the Mic 1.
Yeah.
And we needed that screwdriver to get behind the radio to screw the Sony in. And I was like, did I leave it in your car, man? He's like, I don't think so. And I was like, well, let me go look, which was convenient because I needed to do a software update on his car anyways, because we ran out of time to do it while we were there. Because we were doing testing with Brad. So SB amplifiers, inputs and outputs and all that crap is like the new buzzword that Helix decided to double down on. Be like, our amplifiers are the only amplifiers that are SB compatible.
What's SB?
So SB is a dual stage aftermarket, like an amplifier on chip amplifier that has.
Oh, okay. So it's a new class type thing.
It's not. It is a class.
Yeah.
It's not new by any stretch of imagination. Like Germans have been using it for years. Hence the reason why they're saying that they're ahead of the game because they've been. It's their. A lot of the car manufacturers, such as Volkswagen, have been using it for years, and so they have the experience with it. And the reality is actually Gladen was using it long before all these dudes were.
Yeah, because I didn't get a lot of confidence. Anything that Volkswagen uses, I don't want.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So Gladen has actually been using it for years in the Gladen product and the Moscone product. But what happens is if as you turn up the volume, the ground output goes from being a ground to actually a powered output. Okay. So if you put a two channel scope on it, what you'll see is you turn the volume up and the amplifier shifts into its second mode. The top meter will show. And we're going to do some videos on this at some point because it's something that we really need to show people because we talk about it a lot. And honestly, this is the first time we've ever been able to capture it.
Yeah.
It was so cool. But that was because Brad was there and he's like, push this button. And we're like, and Fernando's over there going, I think it's this button. I'm going, I don't care. I'm holding the phone. Somebody press something. And so anyways, on a dual trace oscilloscope, you can see where the positive output is doing half of the sine wave and the negative output is doing the other half of the sine wave. And if you have a scope where you can flip them, you can actually bring them together and complete the sine wave. Either way, it's just another class of amplifier. And a lot of confusion is in the marketplace about how to deal with it. Some people say add 10 ohm load resistors, which does kind of work because it kind of moves the problem around a little bit. And we're advocates of that. Just put a 10 ohm low. If you don't know, just put a 10 ohm low resistor on it, and it will definitely get you by. But what we found is that it's really the input of the product that you're using. So one of the tests that Brad wanted us to do was run it into a ARC Audio DSP and see what the signal looks like once it's gone through the preamp section on the DSP. And it was like, looks perfect. And so we're like, oh, So
it's not manufacturers making AB amps. It's manufacturers responding how to get a signal out of an AB amp that's in a factory vehicle right now.
So it's not really an AB amplifier per se. I mean, yes, it is.
Or SB or whatever. Yeah.
SB, yeah.
Yeah,
So
SB.
it's a more efficient way of getting a high powered amplifier.
Yeah, it sounds like a full bridge amplifier versus a half bridge, similar.
But it switches on the fly.
Yeah, right.
So it switches at a certain voltage. It just turns this other section on to give you more power. But in doing that, it's doing some really stupid shit. So they want to do more testing on it because Helix, of course, is sitting there going like, our shit is amazing. Our shit is the only one. And it's like, no, it's not true. Yeah. And I've been trying to get engineers to deal with this shit for a while because it's like, guys, these guys are telling, I want to know if these people are telling the truth. I want to know because to me, I was like, this sounds like a sales tactic and a good one. Yeah. Like, if you don't use this, man, you're going to get herpes and die.
Well, it's like they've branded it now, for lack of a better word. Helix is the
and the funny thing is like, yeah, the Helix has their amps 100% compatible. And Moscone literally has a jumper on their amplifier that says SB mode. It's been there forever.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay. The Pros, it just says SB and you press it. And then it's like, okay, cool. But it's funny because like we took a PSM Pro, which is the small little plasticky thing. And because it was the quickest thing we could get our hands on. And ran the output through that and put the scope on the other side of it. And we're like, ta-da. And Brad was like, I knew it. And I was like, okay, cool. So we're boxing up the radio that we have that we got it to do it on. And we're sending it to them to do more testing. Because Brad just went and built his own SB amp. He's like, screw this. I'm going to build my own. And he's like, it's working fine. And I was like, okay. I need to see something in the field. And it just so happens that Fernando's Volkswagen radio is an SB amplified radio. So we wanted to do testing on it to make sure that it actually worked the way it's like it gets fucked up the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So that I don't just send it out to California and go, oh, this one didn't work. It's like we have all this expensive test equipment that just sits there and does nothing. Let's use some of this shit and see what it does.
See what it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really
Did those amps do anything to the sound like of the vehicle? Does it sound weird or can you tell? It's normal.
No, doesn't even matter. RSB amps created for high efficiency or make it cheaper. Aren't they one and the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's to make a more efficient, louder amplifier.
Yeah.
It's actually to make the amplifier more powerful, which is efficient, cheaper. So it's both.
Yeah.
They had three things and they picked all of them.
Yeah, they didn't go by Hoffman's iron law.
Yeah. They're like, no, we want it to sound good.
We want everything.
We want it to be more powerful and we want it to consume less power. And they're like, and we have money. Oh, well, shit, here you go.
That's like, oh, give us that.
Because that law, because that's the thing, that law only matters for broke people.
Yeah, that's true. I mean listen,
it does.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, it's just broke people. Because, I mean, if you got somebody that's got money.
Well, you don't need the cheap. It's always you can get it good, fast, or cheap. If you don't need cheap, you can get it good and fast.
Exactly. So, like I said, that it's like cheap people.
And if you got enough money to bring an economy of scale in place, now you can get it cheap. So you get all three.
Okay, speaking of cheap, have you know who Matt Schaefer is, right?
Yeah.
Have you
Old-fashioned podcast?
Yes. So he does some stuff because he works for whatever up in Vermont and does all the Teslas.
I didn't know people lived in Vermont, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he does. I was shocked. Trust me. I was like, okay. Anyway, so he's been doing a lot of like he got into TikTok and Instagram Reels and all this other
Oh, that's
whatever the hell
cool.
they are. And so he made one where he was talking about he's basically been kind of talking about sound effects. Thank you, Melissa. I knew she would know. He's been talking about how like factory speakers are like all factory speakers are created equal, more or less. And I'm summarizing. So like for example, we know that if you buy a Ford F-150, it has the BO system in it, you're getting the same speaker as the base model. It's not a different speaker. You're getting the same damn speaker, the same tweeter. They're adding the 2.5 to the top of the dash. The tweeter has moved to a different case. What you're paying for is the amplifier and the tune and all that other crap. That's what you're paying for, the sound experience.
Yeah.
And more speakers. You're not paying for a better speaker. Now, back in the day, you used to pay for a better speaker. And if you buy a Toyota that has a JBL system, well, then there again, you used to pay for a version of a JBL speaker. Now you're still getting a JBL speaker, but it's not really that much different than the factory speaker that comes in there, depending on which one you buy. And I'm pretty sure some of the new Toyotas, they just put a JBL logo on the factory shitty speaker, or you get like a 2-ohm version of it. Either way, there's not a huge difference in most manufacturers when it comes to this is the premium Bose speaker. This is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a sticker and it's 2-ohm. Oh my god, that's amazing. So he's been doing videos on this, and I guess he did one on a Tesla, and it was just so funny. Believe it, I know you're gonna find this hard to believe. How many people have railed him because of what he's saying about how it's like it's a cheap plastic speaker with a paper cone and a neo magnet.
Yeah.
And it's always funny because it's like he made a counter video where he went more in depth, and he was talking about like, okay, yeah, I know what a neo magnet is. I do this for a living. Just because it has a neo magnet doesn't make it good. It's got like a 3/4 of an inch voice coil in it, and he holds up a Utopia M 8-inch. He's like, this also has a neo magnet, and guess what? Has a 3-inch voice coil.
Right.
And he's like, they're like, oh, but paper is the best material to make a cone out of. You guys are stupid.
So this is obvious. This is Tesla people, not audio people.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
They got to defend their purchase. It's like they're in that situation.
It's like if you got 5 watts, paper is wonderful. Anything past that, you want something that's strong and like it's like all of a sudden everyone became a freaking speaker designer and they know everything. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is stupid. You know enough about something to be dumber than the person that knows nothing.
Yeah.
But
speak.
No, Melissa's right. It says I almost feel bad for him. He's so smart and amazing at custom audio, but getting people to realize it's a serious up. And there again, that's why I was laughing, because I was like, what's he doing, man? Let it go. Let it go.
Listen, it's 2025. We don't believe experts anymore.
No.
And there's no such thing. Everyone's an expert. At home, sitting on the computer. We're experts at whatever we say we're experts at. And it's
hell yeah. That's why I literally, we made a video on the mic one. And in the mic one, I went through paint, like, you're going to connect this is the harness that you're going to buy. Yeah. It's going to have this orange connector on it. And you're going to plug this wire with an orange end into here. And the black one is going to go into either port, A or B. Like there's a whole segment. Like I intentionally showed you how to do it. And someone asked the dumbest fucking question. Like, so I'm guessing this is going to plug into the RR somewhere? Or no, I'm guessing it's going to plug. It was either I'm guessing it's going to plug in the RR somewhere. Or I'm guessing it's going to plug into the car somewhere. And I'm like, it was all answered in the fucking video, dude. Like, the fuck, did you watch it with your ears off and your head up your ass? I mean,
yeah.
God damn,
I seen a post the other day that Nick Apicella posted about testing mics.
Yeah.
With his new setup, and I was like, oh, that seems kind of interesting to me. I like to see, what the difference response is. But there's a few people in there that were giving them big time crap about, oh, it's not equal. And like, man, you're just trying to see what works best with this setup. I mean,
and that's honestly, that's why we're so dumb, because the smart people that want that, like, hey, I found this cool thing out, and then they're like, oh, you're full of shit, and that's wrong, and it's like, you know what? Next time, I'll just keep it to myself.
Exactly.
Just keep it to myself.
Yeah.
You know what? Because it's like, hey,
Well, there's a lot of things that I would do on video before, and they're like, "Oh, well, we know this." Is like, yeah, we do know this. Let me experiment, bro. Let me see it for myself in action. I'm having
Yeah.
fun here.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, take you on a journey, and yeah. Sorry, I'm not as smart as you are.
Yeah, I haven't learned that lesson yet. Let me learn it through video. It'll
Yeah.
be
I mean,
fun.
and it's funny because, like, dude, if paper was the best sounding material on the planet, like, that's all the speakers would be paper. But
Yeah.
guess what? Paper sucks, and paper. I know this is gonna like paper when it gets wet becomes wet paper.
Yeah. No.
it, it doesn't last and it doesn't hold form. You know why? Because that's how you make a shape is you get it wet and then you have to infuse it with something so that it holds its shape. It's like, guys,
Surprisingly, those speakers last. I don't know how, but we don't. I don't see. You probably see a lot more of just straight up blown out factory
oh no, they
speakers.
just fall apart, man. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Oh yeah, they just fall apart.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get and Melissa will tell once you like one of these Chevy speakers that you get that comes in that's in like a Tahoe or something where
Yeah.
that it just gets so much water in that paper speaker. It is not a cone anymore. It's like it looks like a hemorrhoid. I mean, it is so it's bulbous and
Yeah.
all wavy, and you're like, like this can't be putting out like it's putting out sound obviously but it's not like accurate sound. It's just noise coming
Right.
out of it, and it's like, oh my god. And then they're shocked that it stopped working.
Yeah.
I always find if I got on my Chevy this morning, I shut the door and my audio just cut off. I don't know what happened. And you're like, yeah, we are Chevy. Yeah, Chevy. Yeah, exactly. And you're like, what's playing? It sounds like just the speakers in the dash. And you're like, yeah. And then you get in the car and all four mid bass, and they'll be like, I don't know how it happened. And it's like, no, it didn't just happen.
It's
They've
been
been
happening.
dying for a while, and you had one speaker left. I had a
Yeah.
guy with a Honda we did, and he came in and he's like, there's something wrong. And we're like, why? He goes, well, this door speaker doesn't work. And I go, okay. I mean, it's the factory speaker. You probably need a new speaker. Well, you put a new radio in. I said, yeah. And it's powering the tweeter, which I know this is going to be weird, is in parallel with the speaker in the door. Well, I still think that it's disconnected somewhere. And I go, okay, I tell you what, here's what we'll do. We'll run with that theory that it's disconnected somewhere. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a price and a new set of speakers. Okay. And one we're going to take this door off first, and I'm going to run a couple tests. I'm going to make sure that there's continuity between the tweeter and the mid-range so that we know there's not a break in the door. Okay. And then I'm going to take a brand new speaker. I'm going to put it on these lines and see if it makes noise. And then I'm going to take your speaker. I'm going to go over to my voltmeter. I'm going to see if it has any continuity. How does that sound? He goes, oh, yeah, okay, that sounds good. I'm sure it's fine. There's got to be something wrong. I said, okay, cool. So, got the car in. I sidestepped it. I just plugged my speaker in and immediately made noise.
Yeah.
And I go, He goes, oh. I go, yeah, I think your speaker is dead. But what do I know?
Yeah.
What do I know? I mean, I'm not the Sherlock Holmes of car audio, so.
Yeah, and it's like what I just don't get. I don't get. Now, I guess I can get it if I look at it from this perspective. People go into mechanics and they think the mechanic's trying to rip them off.
Yeah.
I understand why they're doing that or whatever, but that's the only way in which I can see it. Otherwise, why are they there? You're the expert.
Yeah.
There's a reason they came there.
Yeah, and I'm going to defend Nick, Jason, because I know Nick. I've met him a couple times. We've had conversations on the phone, and he's a very passionate individual. People do this to make money. Okay, don't kid yourself for a minute. You had a job. You did it to make money. We all have jobs to make money. So, and when the thing you're passionate about is your job, then there's another level of passion there. Nick is a really passionate guy. He's very hardcore. I mean, there's no question about it. So I don't believe he does it all for the money, as you say. He does it because it's something he loves doing, and he will argue his point, and he will get upset because that's what people that are passionate typically do, because they just don't know how to do anything else. I mean, that's a character flaw. You can't help it. I mean, we all have that where we're like, I'm right, you're wrong. You're wrong. And we just seen an example of that this week where that went too far, and somebody was arguing with somebody and they didn't like what he had to say anymore, and that ended that conversation. So, I mean, we kind of, got to put things in perspective a little bit. This is what he does, and he feels he's one of the masters at it. So, that almost hurt. I love Nick, but defending him is hard. What would cause a speaker to die? Assuming that it didn't crack. The speakers just get old, man. It's especially like a factory speaker. They're not made to last forever. They're made to last 5 years because that's typically the warranty. So anything past that, especially like a paper speaker, where it's constantly getting wet, the voice coil, the tinsel lead will actually fall out of the voice coil. It's a plastic basket in some cases, so the magnet will come unglued or unepoxied from the plastic, because you basically have a decoupling where you have two materials that are glued together that were never meant to be glued together, metal and plastic. And if you get the mix wrong, like for a while there, Chrysler had a very bad mix of glues. They were using the wrong glues. So you literally shut the door and the magnet would go conk, and it would fall and stick to the inside of the door. And we get the car in, and we'd pull it out. Sure enough, the magnet would be on the side of the door, and we would laugh because we'd take the magnet and put it back onto the speaker, and the speaker would start playing because it's electromagnet, so it's going to start playing. And the people are like, "Oh, can you?" No, I can't glue it back together. The glue didn't hold. Like, super glue is not going to do this,
dude. That's so. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yeah.
PhD, which is an Italian speaker manufacturer.
Yeah.
They had that same issue big time when they first started shipping to the U.S. and I think kind of killed their brand here.
Yeah, probably. Like I said, I'm just defending Nick for his product. If he trashes a brand, that's on him. I'm not gonna like defend the guy and like hold the flag of Nick Apicilla and be like, no, I'm just saying. I mean, if somebody wants to trash something, they can trash something. It's their prerogative, but there again, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
So, oh God, PFM filters, Jesus. I had somebody like I was on the phone, so it's funny story. So I was on the phone, and so they have the I forgot what PFM stands for. It stands for something stupid. And I was talking with audio control engineer, the guy that fucking designed the product. Okay, we're talking because we're getting ready to shoot a video for them. He's talking to me about PFM and all this other shit. And so, okay, cool. And so we went and shot the video, and this guy wants to argue with me about I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and that's not what PFM is. And I'm like, I just wrote back. I said, do me a favor, call audio control and ask to talk to this person. He is the gentleman that designed it. It was on the phone with me moments before I shot this video explaining to me what this was. Have a nice day. I was like, fuck you. Like, but there again, I understand. It's okay. It's okay. And sometimes it's just what it is. Like we found out, okay, so we just shot the mic 1 video, and depending on the application, so I don't know if anyone that watched the video on the mic 1, depending on the application, certain modules, you'll be able to adjust the microphone sensitivity in the radio, and certain modules, flashes, it's just a flash. It's all the modules are the same, but certain flashes, you'll be able to adjust microphone sensitivity in the radio, and certain ones, you'll have to plug it back into the laptop and do it there. And we were told that you were only going to be able to do it on a laptop. And so that's why we mentioned this is you're going to have to do this on a laptop. And so then they called this morning, and he's like, hey, I just wanted to tell you that not all applications are going to be like this. And I go, you're fired. You're fired. But the nice thing is at least the way we told it will always work.
Yeah.
Will always work, And it was funny because it was like we literally talked to the manufacturer moments before we and they're like, yeah, it's gonna be this way. And then, oh, by the way, it's like, fuck, come on, man.
So wait up. What's the mic 1? Is it the new?
So the mic 1 is the long-awaited for device that solves the nagging question of can I keep my factory microphone?
Okay, I did watch that video.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
That's the whole thing, that you'll be able to plug this thing in, flash it, and pray to God that you can now, because that little tiny mic is so obtrusive and so ugly, and it's just like, I want to use my factory microphone. It's the number one question. Like, people ask all the time, and it's not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
I think it's like $125.
So
It's expensive.
they want the factory mic location. They don't want a mic separate. Is that the whole?
Yeah, that's it. It's the whole thing. This little box. If you got the money, if you got the time, we got the beer.
Yeah.
We'll allow you to do that. Mic one is cool. I personally think it's too expensive. Oh, no shit.
Especially for factory mics aren't. Well, I guess
factory mics suck.
But most of them, they suck.
Yeah, they're trash.
Yeah.
But the reason why it's expensive is because it's a preamp. It's a whole preamp. Not only is it
to make the mic sound better, maybe.
No, but it's a whole preamp. But you had and then someone complained, well, you should build in the RR2. Why? So it could be another $100. Like, it's a whole preamp circuit. Not only that, but they had to go through and go into every one of these freaking cars and like do testing. Oof. It's insanity. Like, my guy that I talked to there, I was talking to him the other day, and I said, are you listening to me on the mic one? He goes, yeah, we're testing new beta software. I said, turn that shit off. I'm trying to talk to you.
I don't like this.
He was like, okay.
What's up, Andy?
What's up? Yeah, so it was kind of funny. No, Fernando's, it sounds great. Like, we knew it would, but and there again, it should, like, I like how it should sound no worse. Was how it was pitched to us. It won't sound any better, but it shouldn't sound any worse.
I mean,
and I go, okay.
Yeah.
So it's maybe the RR should be built in. So it won't be an RR2. So there's a roadmap for replacement, but I can tell you that will probably not be in a module for a while, because it is. Dude, it's taken them 3 years to get to this point to build this piece. This is a 3-year project.
Wow.
This is somebody's, I know whose baby it is. This is their baby. And it's like, there will be an RR3. It will not have a mic one built into it. Okay. It just won't. It will make it too expensive. Because you got to remember, at the end of the day, as you know, Melissa, we're competing every day against PAC and Metro pricing. And that's why we just got the SR or whatever the hell it is, the cheaper version of it, of the RR, so that, not the SR, whatever it is, the RS, or I don't know what the hell it's called, to compete against an RP4 or some stupid thing like that. So, it's like, you got these guys that are like, oh, that's too expensive, I'm just going to use a PAC piece. All right, I mean, go for it. I don't care. Look, if you want to sell an inferior product to your customer and knock yourselves out, I don't give a shit. If a car takes an hour, that's what it gets. Period. And 100%. That's I finally got Paul to think that way. If there's an iData solution for it, that's what we do. Because it saves. It just works. Works. It was funny. I had him come to me the other day, and he says, guy wants to replace and keep the BO amplifier in the car. And I go, no, you can't do that. And he goes, well, why not? Okay, so now follow this. This is going to be one of those crazy trains that everyone's got to kind of like pay attention to, because technically, when iData made the A2B interface, it could go either way. So you could use it to replace the radio and keep the A2B amplifier, or you could use it to replace the A2B amplifier, keep the factory radio. Okay, so you could use it either one. So when they were designing the piece, they're like, all the new future products are going to be flip-flop, meaning you just buy one box and it goes either way. I said, okay, that sounds cool. So here's the problem. In the Ford F-150, with the BO system, Ford realized what A to B is capable of doing. And the A to B data bus is upstream and downstream. Okay, so information can move both ways. Whereas in the past, information is one way. It just goes. So what this means is that if I need 10 channels of amplification and my factory radio has 4 channels of amplification in them, in the past, I was throwing those 4 channels away. Meaning, like, if you have an old Ford radio and you've you're just, it's still the same radio as the standard and the premium are still the same. They're just coded differently. So, but I'm not using those 4 outputs. With A to B, I can now use those 4 outputs. Okay. So I will send my signal into the amplifier. The amplifier will do its thing and send the upmix signal to the front, okay, amplifier. And I can use the 4 channels of that amplifier to power other speakers. So now I can make the back amplifier smaller. All right. So here's what I want to do now. I want to take out the factory radio and keep my BO amplifier. And the answer is no, you can't do it. And he's like, why? And I go, because there's not enough channels. The BO amplifier doesn't power everything the radio does. Powers, rear speakers or dash speakers, or depending on what system you have, it's going to do different things. Sometimes it's center, sometimes it's rear, sometimes it's tweeter, sometimes it's the mid-range, sometimes it's the overhead. It's different in all.
So the BO amp isn't powering everything.
The BO amp is not powering everything.
Okay.
It's using A to B to upstream the signal back into the factory radio, and the factory radio is configured in a way that you can upstream to the amplifier on the radio and use that. So you can take 4 of the channels out of the BO amplifier and make the BO amplifier smaller. Cool, right? I mean, it's nice. That's why the amplifiers keep getting smaller and smaller, because they can just keep using, they can put it back into the radio.
Right.
So he goes, well, can't they just put an amplifier in the car to power those channels? And I said, no. He goes, why? It's because you have channels in the BO amplifier that are no longer in there. So if you're powering the tweeters are DSP'd and actively crossed over from the amplifier's output A to B into the factory radio. So they're not going to play anymore. You can't just put an amplifier in there to power the tweeters, because you'll have nothing to tell them what to do. And you can't come off of the front outputs of the radio, because it won't be aligned with the signal that's coming, because it's a DSP. So you won't have the phase, time, equalization. None of that will be in the signal. So you'll have speakers in the doors that are actively crossed over, EQ'd, and possibly have some form of an upmixer on them, for surround. And the tweeters won't, or the rears won't, or the overheads won't. I'm like, so there's no way to do that. And they're like, well, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I feel them though, because like if you don't understand what's going on, it makes zero sense to you. Like even I have a grasp on what it's doing.
Yeah.
But even still, I'm like, okay, I think I know. You explained it well enough that I understand. But
So
someone that's not deep into car audio,
it's lost.
There's no way.
So what we need is we need Kenwood, Alpine, Sony, whatever, all these people to make radios that are on the A to B bus.
Yeah.
So and it's funny, like JBL does, like the JBL system is A to B. But there again, it'd have to be a Ford A to B. So you'd have to have like a module that says, hey, you speak A to B, we speak A to B. Which A to B do you speak? I speak Ford A to B, or you need to speak Ford A to B, because Chevy now has A to B, and so the pack makes a new Amp Pro GM 81. So anything that the 71 didn't work on, which was a VAVB audio video bus, is now A2B. So like some 2024 Colorados and stuff like that, and some of the new 2026s that'll be coming out will be A to B. And so we got an A to B adapter really fast. It was like the fastest GM adapter we've ever seen come out of them, because they know A to B, because they've been working with Ford and A to B for a while. Harley uses A to B. So it's like A to B is easy to work with, and a lot of manufacturers are switching to it, which is great, because most bus sucks. AVB sucks. A to B, though, is because it's upstream and downstream, is very usable for a manufacturer, but we can't use the upstream. So
it's one or the other. I mean, it's
yeah. Yeah, just rip it all out, man. Rip it all. I want a 12-inch touchscreen. Just give me the 12-inch touchscreen.
I mean, hey, that's how you go.
Yeah, no, it's so silly, but yeah, so it's like The headache never ends.
Dude, that is a lot of information you have to keep in your head just to do your day-to-day job.
All right, so I'll end it. I'll end it like this. So years ago, there was a guy that worked at Alpine. His name was Bob Elise. Okay, and he was really the first trainer that I ever got the opportunity to get to know and like spend time with. And we spent hours together. I drove him around a couple times. He was a really cool guy, and he taught me a lot of lessons when I was very young. And one of those was I would go to these trainings and I'd be blown away by the guy up there talking about like John Myers. You go to, like, if you're fresh to this and you go to a John Myers training, you're like, Jesus Christ, like this guy knows everything.
Yeah.
Okay. But here's the secret. You don't know everything. Okay. Or they don't know everything. What they know is their product. Okay. And they know situations around their product, and that's it. Okay. And they know other people, like they work with engineers, so they learn some of that. Okay. And so when they have a problem, they go to their engineer friend that works at the company and says, hey, I have this problem. The engineer will explain it to them. They have good retention. They'll memorize it, or they'll go and ask him again, and they'll go ask him again. Eventually it'll beat into their head. And so he's like, dude, I don't know everything. I just know my stuff, and I know it really well.
Yeah.
And he goes, and that's all I need to do. And I was like, oh shit, he's right. And then, you take that into consideration. You go to enough of these trainings, and like, you go to enough John Myers trainings, and you go, oh, I see what he's doing. He's doing his John Myers thing. And you're like, oh, I get it. It's cool. And he's telling some of the same stories, and eventually you see what it is. Now, for me, because we have to deal with everybody's shit, it becomes ridiculous. And it's just like, but that's fine, because my personality type is I want to know everything about everything. So I can't, but I want to know as much of it as possible. So that was always, that was always the fun part of that. But no, it's there again. I also do it every day of the week.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's new. You talk to somebody that does. There again. That's why I always laugh when you said at the beginning, you're like, we don't believe the experts anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you're right. We don't. And I get people that ask me stuff all the time, and it's like, oh, that's bullshit. And you're like, okay, well,
like, why'd you even ask me? That's infuriating. Don't ask me a question that you think you already know the answer to like a trick question. It's like,
I had a guy today.
I'm fine with follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you answered this, but I want to know this because of this. Yeah. Okay, well.
Yeah.
But to be like, no, that's not what it is.
That's not what it is. No, you're wrong. Yeah. Well, I had a guy come in today because he had a JBL. He had my first DSP. And he's like, he had all this other JBL crap, and he's got the stupid infinity flat sub thing, and he's like, I want to screw this to the back wall. And I'm like,
self-tappers right through the back wall.
Yeah. I said, dude, I said, listen, man, don't take this the wrong way. This is all crap. Okay.
Yeah.
You bought a bunch of crap. I get it. You're a late night shopper. You're price conscious. You're bringing it to me and hoping I can make it all sound good. I'm going to say right now, it's all crap. Okay. Yeah. We would never sell you this. This is crap. I don't care what you were doing. This isn't the right stuff. And so I said, all right, listen, let's try to figure this out. Let's try to make some sense of it. Are you willing to change any of this? I mean, and he's like, it's a $300 DSP, 8-channel DSP. And it's like, he doesn't have enough money. He's nickel and diming this together. And he's like, it's like, he can't get an X2 808. I mean, it's like, that's $1,000. He doesn't have $1,000. He barely had $300 to spend on this. And it's like, okay, man, we'll put that in, but understand, this is not a great DSP for $300. This isn't like the benchmark of performance at $300. This is a barely functioning piece at $300. Like, we know how to use them, yes, but here are all the problems with them.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh wow, like, really? I go, yeah, it's $300. Like,
yeah. Well, and then I mean, your job's to make a happy customer and someone that you don't have to come back and fix something. When you did a lot of work for,
and that's eventually where you get in the conversation. We're like, look, man, don't take this the wrong way. You're asking me to do something that I would never do, and you're hoping that I'm going to be the miracle guy to get this. I said, it's not the case. Yeah. It's not what's going to happen. And I said, you have a Bose system in here, which is like, yes, exactly. which is like one of the best sounding Bose systems in a Chevy there is. It has a center channel. It's fantastic. What are you going to do for the center channel? Well, I was just going to use one of the channels in the amplifier. Okay, so you have a Bose upmix center channel. I don't know what that means. Exactly. And you thought you did, so you bought something that doesn't do that. And now you're asking me to like do some like magic shit with it? Come on, man. It's like, fuck. Exactly.
That's exactly what he was asking, though.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you know, I'm sure Melissa sees it all the time. It's just frustrating. It's like, look, if you're gonna go to an expert, let's start with the expert.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you don't believe what he has to say, then go somewhere else.
Right.
And then come back and ask him to try to make it work, and he'll just be like, okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either. Hate them all. No, just kidding.
Hey, listen. I've taken some to a shop, mechanic wise, and I'm like, oh, it's this much. But like, you know what? Wrap her up, and I'll just do that at home. I don't spill.
No, and it's funny too because I told the guy, I said, hey, listen, man, you've already put some of this equipment in. I'll be more than happy to advise you, help you, tell you the stuff you need to buy. And you want us to tune it in the end? You know how much that'll be? I said, I'll be more than happy to do that. And he's like, oh, it just takes so much time. And I go, I get it, but yes, that's why what we're going to charge you to do this is this price because it is going to take you that much time. We know what we're doing. And it's still going to take us a day. So, you know, it's okay, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
With that being said, let me type it in here
one more time.
We do another show called Sidejag. I think I looked today. We're over 300 subscribers on there.
We're killing it,
man, killing it. But if you want to hear more off topic,
oh my god!
Actually, if you want to hear like the real us, watch this other show.
Oh my god, dude, this show. Oh
yes,
dude,
I have some.
I cannot wait to hear what you have to say.
Dude, I have things to say. So if you guys want to hear that, click it, watch us, and
have a great night, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.